Author is talking about an eccentric fellow who made an agreement or who swore to think, to speak what he thinks, but this world is a fake world where the words doesn't match the thinking. One of the stories in the memoirs in which I found him describes how he met an acquaintance in St. James Street, and after muttering quite audibly to himself for a few minutes as they walked side by side, "Confound it, what a nuisance meeting this fellow. I have always disliked him, but now that we have met, I suppose I must ask him to dinner." He stopped and said with every appearance of cordiality, "You will dine with us this evening, won't you?" These lines conveys an idea that how the action and the words of thinking and the words of a man doesn't match every time. The fellow who agreemented to speak his thoughts never speaks his thoughts. He met one of his fellow or companion at St. James Street, and where he walked with him, and he thinks that it is not a good meeting to this fellow as he disliked him, but still he restrained his two thoughts to come on his lips, and he requested him to have a dinner with him. So in these lines the author conveys the idea that in this modern world the words and the thinking of a man never matches. Well, as a sheet of armor plate against boards, I don't think we could do much better than cultivate the habit of thinking truthfully aloud. And he says that in this world that is full of boards, the only weapon to defend ourselves is to speak truth aloud. Unless we can do this or train ourselves to be downright offensive, there is no remedy against bores. He says that if we do not learn to speak truthfully and straight, till we will not be able to get rid of these bores. Except total evasion, no bore ever says after no matter how many hints, "I will avoid that man in future, I know I bore him." He says that bores are so adamant that they never realize the fact that a person is avoiding them, and they never realize that he should not go to that person. How many hints you gave that bore person, he will come to you after when he wants to come. So they will always flourish, and these bores will always flourish till we have kindness in our heart to bear them. But if a certain famous weekly humorous paper were to cease publication, there would automatically be a decrease in bore topics, because then no one could any longer repeat those sayings of his children which are good enough for punch. So he says that if certain famous weekly humorous paper will cease to publication, then though this idea is not a good one, but he thinks that if the humorous paper or the magazines cease to publication, then there will be automatically a decrease in the ideas of bore people, and there will no longer be repetition of the phrases that are good enough only to publish in the Punch. Punch is a famous magazine of that time. Thus, this essay ends with the idea that we can get rid of, or we can save ourselves from the borishness of bore people only by telling them the truth that they are really boring and we cannot tolerate them. And if we don't have the courage to tell the truth, then the bores will flourish on our kindness always. Thank you.